Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. I find the most random music for this stuff.
How do you get it to like go like the little words?
Oh, I just, because they're separate words, so I just change to scale the size of the word for a certain period of time. It's this whole thing. This episode of Jacuzzi Time is website creation, ebook creation, and our
past like jobs and education, because people asked us about that.
We'll talk about our past first.
Okay. So somebody asked if we went to school for like any of this stuff, and we didn't. We both went to high school and graduated.
Yeah.
We both went to college. I dropped out of college.
I went to university, which is essentially the same thing. In Canada, I dropped out after 2 years.
My main job was working as a sales representative for essentially like a medical company for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're here.
So what happened after I dropped out of university was I worked at a menswear store for like a year. Then I worked at a call center for a bit, and that sucked. Then I worked in menswear for a bit. Then I worked as an electrician for 4.5 years. I quit that and started traveling around the world. And since then I've worked in like 3 different grocery stores. And then I also worked at Pulp and Press Juice Company just before I moved to Minneapolis.
You worked for a catering company?
That was I worked for a catering company when I was in Australia. I was like a waiter. I just gave people booze all the time. It was great.
So he's just done everything.
I've done a lot of different stuff.
And then somebody asked me if I was afraid to quit my job, which it's like, okay, I wasn't afraid to quit it money-wise. I was afraid to quit it because I had been there so long and because I knew they were gonna be pissed, and they were pissed.
And they were.
Now I live in Tucson, Arizona, and I do whatever the hell I want all day, so.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about website creation. So the website isn't, like, people really like how it looks like it's very professionally done and stuff. It's really just stuff that I've kind of learned over the years with like coding and like CSS, which isn't like a super hard language or anything like that. I basically Google how to do everything. And so the basis of the website is a theme called Jasmine, and it's through Angie Makes. So they make WordPress themes. And then for some of the other more salesy stuff, like the sales page, I use a theme called Optimize Press, which is like $100. And the actual theme for the website, I think, is like $70. So a lot of money has gone into it, but really learning how...
Like
a lot of time has gone into it.
Not a lot of money though.
A lot of time in order to get everything looking how it does. So I've been fooling around with that type of coding, that software for I would almost say a number of years now. So it's just something that I've kind of like learned on my own just because I've been familiar with like HTML and CSS for such a long time now. So I've just kind of like done it myself. A lot of people ask if we've had it like professionally made. And it's like, no, it's just something that I've just been doing myself just because I love making things like look absolutely perfect, and with all the spacing and the colors, and like I'm just very kind of like a perfectionist with certain types of stuff like that. And that's even like with the ebooks as well. And specifically with the website, I've just spent so much time just fixing everything up so that it looks properly. But it has been a lot of time, a lot of research in order to make it look the way that it does. But it was totally done like by us. Like we didn't hire anybody to do anything on the website.
Yeah.
Hannah's done obviously all the pictures and stuff that really make the website stand out.
Yeah.
So it's
like some people have like, they just buy pictures, like it's not even their pictures for their ebooks and stuff. Took them all, edited them all.
I would say the main thing with starting, like if you want it, like a website is so important for so many aspects of an online business, because that's where you're obviously doing sales, that's where you're generating traffic, and that's where you also have your lead magnet, which is getting people to sign up for your email list. All those are very important for an online business. You want to be generating people on your email list. You want to be generating organic traffic, maybe through search traffic or through social media. Like there's all these different ways of generating traffic and sending them to your website. where they're gonna sign up for free stuff, they're gonna be on your email list, and eventually they may or may not buy from you. So it's just all about, it just comes down to a numbers game then, and just making it look as good as possible and making it very intuitive, easy to get around, and we just try to strive for it to be as high quality as possible. That's very simple, not too much like no flashing shit and stuff popping up and like distracting
Takes 9
you.
years to load and like
No AdSense ads or anything like that. We want people to stay on our website. We don't want people to click off and
none
go
of
to
that
another
like
website.
stuff that pops up and it's like subscribe here and
it can be really annoying.
So annoying.
Yes, they work. They probably work.
To a degree, but like, you know, when you like hit somebody's blog and it's like you're trying to get a recipe and then it's just like subscribe to like my weekly newsletter. It's like, that's why we have the cheat sheet. So like the cheat sheet, that's where all like our subscriptions come for our mailing list.
Lead magnets are very important for an online business. So that's what the cheat sheet is called, a lead magnet. So it drives people into an email list where they're given even more free information. So much free information we give people, and then we give them an offer to buy stuff, like buy our recipe books.
Or we'll let them know when we have sales on our books.
Yeah, and we let them know when there's new posts as well, new recipes that we're giving away for free as well. So there's a lot of free stuff that we give away, and lots of people just choose just to get free stuff, and that's totally fine, and a lot of people choose to buy stuff as well.
Yeah, we didn't have any formal training. Like, we learned how to do everything ourselves. Like, I had no idea how to write an ebook. I actually wrote the whole thing in like Bookwrite, which is like some app.
Yeah.
If you're gonna write an ebook, you should really use Adobe InDesign, which is what we used, because then you can export it as the PDF. But it is an Adobe thing, so you kind of have to learn to use it. It's not like crazy, you know, hard, but it's Adobe, so it's you know, lots of whatever. But I wouldn't use like an app. I wouldn't use like a website. Honestly, just get like Adobe InDesign if you want to create a recipe book, and then start taking photos, start writing down recipes. Like I pretty much had every recipe written down before I even started shooting any photos or making anything. So I knew every single recipe. I pretty much had them all laid out. And then by the end of me making the books, like I'd have the entire book like written. We would write like the information sections together. Derek helped like a ton with it. And then the last part was just me actually making all of the recipes again, because I had already made them and like gotten like the ingredients and recipes and like all that stuff. And then it was just taking the photos. So that was like the hardest part, because it's like you gotta make it look really pretty, and like the lighting outside has to be good, and like if you're gonna take photos, take them in front of a big window, use natural light, don't use like a crappy, like if you look at Raw Till Whenever, a lot of the photos were taken, like I didn't know what I was doing, so a lot of the photos were taken with like just a just lamp, you know? Or like they don't even have good lighting at all. There's just shitty lighting. Like I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't know to take them in front of a window. I didn't know a lot. So like we've come a long way in like 8 months.
Hannah's photography at the start was total shit. Now it's like it's comparatively, right? At the start, some of the pictures were like, we have to redo this before we put it out, right?
And even like people were asking like, well, why isn't Raw Till Whenever in like a paperback? And it was just like, because the photos, like they were taken on like a shitty camera. They weren't very good quality. Like the megapixels was really low. Like if you blew it up or you tried to, you know, edit it in any way, it just looked like shit. So it was just like, to have it printed, we didn't think that it would look that good. So I redid a bunch of the photos. Now they're printed, right? You get them printed?
They are, but it's not, I haven't put it up on Amazon yet. I want to get an actual proof of it and look at them. Right. Yeah,
we're working on it.
It's in the works, but
in the future I would like to like redo all the photos, but
all the recipes and the information in that book is great. It's literally only the quality of the photos. That's why it's at a reduced, it's only 15 instead of 19.
Plus it was like my first book. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I liked writing ebooks, but they're stressful. Like I always had a time limit put on them. Like I feel like a lot of people that make them, like if you look at like Lonnie Jane's ebook, like a lot of the photos are just from her Instagram and stuff. So it took me about 2 or 3 months to make each one. So I was just pounding it out. I was also working full time. Derek's like behind the scenes doing everything else, like all the Adobe InDesign stuff, and like.
Yeah.
So, I would say take your time with it.
But also don't take 2 years to do it, because that's way too long. You can do something. We pounded out I wouldn't say pounded out, but we put out 3 high quality recipe books in a period of like almost 6 months.
And now we're done.
And now
all we do is sell those.
We just sell those right now, and we are working on other stuff, but it's not like there's like it's not like we need to make anything. We just want to, because
people ask about
People
ask me every day about a like meal plan, stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. But it's gonna take me a good, I don't know, 8 months to actually get it done. So yeah, I'm just taking my time with this one.
Yeah.
And not getting stressed out about it, and like I'm a very laid back person. Like, I don't like to have like a lot of stuff on my plate. I'm just like, I'm gonna do what feels right and what feels good. Because I don't want to like be selling people. That's the other thing, like you have to have good intentions. Like you don't want to be selling people like just stuff to be making money. Like you want something valuable that like is gonna help them, and like just like the same thing with YouTube. Like you can't make videos just to make money, because it's never gonna work. You have to like love it and nurture it like a baby. Like you have to really enjoy it.
Something that I've always tried to like focus on is like delivering more and more value, like as much as possible, like with everything. Even like our sales process, like in terms of like the checkout. Like recently, like I just made like a little video to show people how to save their books to their Apple devices, just because I got so many questions about it. So now it's just like, it's very streamlined and it's very easy for people. Just making all these like slow, like kind of like modifications and upgrades over time, and just trying to give people an easier process or an easier experience, a better experience, I would say. Very good service all the time, no questions asked with like anything really. Like I think we've had a lot of sales, and I think only maybe 4 or 5 people have like returned the books or like wanted a refund, which is like had really low percent.
Maybe 0.1% of the people.
Maybe 0.1%, maybe 0.05%. It's been so little. So that's, I think that just goes to show like how much effort we put in there. It's priced right, they get a lot of value from it, and
I think the big thing with like being successful online as well is like what he said, like giving people the most amount of value. So like start a blog and put your recipes on there, because getting people to go to your blog for your free recipes, they're gonna like look around, they're gonna like see your ebook, buy your ebook, like your recipes, follow you on YouTube, follow you on Instagram. Like that's probably one of the biggest things that's helped us. And like our group, the
Facebook group has been huge.
Just creating like a community.
I would say,
But giving away is how you get back.
Absolutely.
So just give away as much as you can, but also offer something that people can buy. Because people that love your stuff and love you, they'll support you. And they'll want more, and they'll pay for it. And it's not like you're ripping people off. It's like,
it's a value exchange.
It's like, wow, this girl has so many amazing recipes on her blog, and she has an ebook, I want to buy it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So just give as much as you can, and then you'll get back. Like if you just start a YouTube and like put up videos, you can make money, but not
digital products is where it's at if you want to actually make a sustainable income.
Passive income.
Online.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. Yeah. Cool. That's the end of this jacuzzi time. Another good long one, so hope you guys got some good tidbits of information.
Yeah.
Just focus on delivering value, focus on quality.
Give as much as you can.
Give as much as you can.
But also offer something.
Yeah.
Because people want to buy it if you give them good stuff.
Exactly. If you have any more jacuzzi time questions,
leave them below.
Cool. Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.